Okay. Okay, you guys, since it's Sunday, I don't want to take up too much time because I know my girls are wanting to have a family movie night, and I told them that I would make this quick. But I think that this is important to just continue to relaunch ourselves and kind of just have a refresher and remind you what to be doing with your new ambassadors. Because I think that sometimes the launching and the goal setting part can get overlooked and it's a missed step because it takes time. And so I feel like when we get kind of in a groove in our businesses, it's really easy to skip because we don't feel like doing it. But the longevity and the success of your business is dependent on launching your new ambassadors. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of you who have done network marketing in the past. You sign up and you're super excited, but then you might not hear from your sponsor right after that, or you don't know what to do. You don't take any action. So then you quit and then you're done. And then you say, network marketing, it didn't work. It's not for me, whatever. Here, I want to pride ourselves on the fact that that is not the case. We have these ironclad, airtight systems in place. And when we bring someone new on, it's not, when you get that notification, as Jake would say, it's not a trophy. That notification is a liability because they are trusting you with their business. And you need to take that very seriously. You need to figuratively grab their hand and run with them and make their success your success and make their job your job. Okay. So do not skip this step. If you have not launched some people, just go back and say like, hey, this was a step I missed. I'm still learning too. Let's launch or whatever. Okay. So some of these basic things I'm going to skim through because it's very basic. I think you guys know all these things. It's really important, obviously, to know your website, your ID number, who your silver leader is, because we have a liaison that we can contact for whatever we need. And then everyone's start date is important because you have whatever month you signed up in, plus the full next month after that to hit Builder Pro and Executive. The good news is this month, if you or anyone on your team for some reason missed Builder Pro and Executive in your fast start window, Olympic Cash that's happening this month, you have the ability. Let me see. I think I have it pulled up in one of these tabs. Here we go. This is the Olympic Cash bonuses this month. Like I said, let's say you missed Builder Pro or Executive in your fast start window, you can still earn these Olympic Cash bonuses this month. So you won't earn the rank advancement bonus if you missed it in your fast start window, but you can still get the Olympic Cash bonuses this month if you're hitting those ranks for the first time, which is so cool. And then as you can see, you guys, these bonuses, they get really, really big. And so if you are hitting a new rank, that's awesome. If your team is hitting a new rank, definitely make sure you're helping them because as the sponsor, you're getting 50% of their bonus as well. Everybody is winning this. These bonuses are insane and it's only for July. Okay, your why is important because you have to know why you're doing this. You know, this business is fun, but we're not doing it for fun. We are doing it for a specific reason. I started because we were in deep, deep, deep debt. We could not pay our bills. Our phones were getting shut off. Like it was just a mess. And so now that is not my why. My why has changed and it's okay for your why to change. Now I am like dreaming big. This is like legacy income, like legacy wealth. We're setting like my future grandchildren up. But also, my why is to help all of you and so many people do what I've been able to do because I know what's possible here. So think of what your why is. Think of what is going to push you to show up when you might not feel like it. Okay. But this right here is what I want to talk about, the system. We always talk about our systems, our systems, our systems. It is so simple, you guys. It is like almost too simple to where it's really easy to step outside of the system because we can just do it all ourselves. But I promise you, you want to follow this system so that when you're recruiting, when you follow the system, you are showing your potential how easy this is. And when you steer away from it and try to become the expert or don't do a three-way call or add a third party, you're modeling the system and you're showing them that what they have to do. So I'll explain that. So this is the launch. Everyone needs to be launched. It is very crucial. Otherwise, they're going to feel ghosted. Really quick with launching in the first 24 to 48 hours. Why is that important? Because when somebody signs up, their fear level is down here. They're not scared. They are just excited. They are so excited because they've heard all the stories. They've heard my story. They've heard your story and they're pumped, right? But every single day that passes, their fear goes up and their excitement goes down. And if you wait too long to launch them, their fear is through the roof and they're not excited and they're out and they're not going to do anything, which I mean, you could look at it both ways. If someone's going to be out, they're going to be out anyways, but just be responsible and launch them in the first 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so after everyone is launched and they learn all these things, the next step that everyone is ready for is to peak interest. So that is in posting on social media, it's in messaging people. It's kind of getting the word out there. But it's not laying everything out. It says peak for a reason because you want to pique their interest. What you don't want to do is go on Facebook and post a picture of the products, talk about how you just signed up for Q Sciences and you're looking for people to join your team, and here's my link. That is like absolute no, no, no. Okay. What I do when I post anything, before I post or before I send a message, before I put anything out there for people to see, I ask myself, does this seem salesy? Does this seem scammy? Is this something that would attract me? Right? I want to find more business partners like myself, the ones who are hustlers and that are go getters and that are driven and that aren't going to let their excuses slow you down or whatever. Like, I want to find people like me. So I have to look at a post that I'm going to put up or a message I'm going to send through a lens of asking myself, would this attract me? Would I message this person and want more information based on this post? Okay. If the answer is no, if I'm like if I could be even a little bit annoyed by it, then I'll tweak it. Don't It's not about quantity. It's not about the amount of messages you send. It's not about the amount of posts you put up. It's all about quality and consistency. Okay. So if you have a question, send it to me or send it to someone and ask for their opinion if you think it might like not be the right fit. So after you peak interest, the next step, it says webinar, but that basically just means the way we get them the information is through what we call opportunity calls. So we have them like pretty much every single night. There is like literally one happening just about every single night. And if you don't have a live one to plug them into, or they can't make it to a live one, there are like hundreds and hundreds of recordings. You can find whatever your favorite one is at the time and send it. So if I send a recording, I will just send whatever my favorite one is at the time. Plus I'll send the 9-minute comp plan video that I made, because the comp plan, as you guys know, is unlike anything else out there. And so I want them to have that. So invite them to a call or send a recording, send the comp plan. That's how they're going to get the information, because none of us, we don't have time to tell every single person every single thing about this business. It doesn't work. And when you do that, when you're inviting them to the call, you're telling them and showing them, hey, all you have to do is invite people to these calls. All you have to do is send this recording. Anybody can do this. Everybody has the time for it. So then after the call, they're going to get all the information they need. If they have any extra questions, that's when you add a third person to the call or the chat, however you want to do it. So I would add either Francesca to mine, or if I'm building in a certain area, I will add the leader that I'm building under as my validation. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as you add a third person. So that person can help you, one, kind of tag team the questions. It brings validity. If they have questions about a product, I honestly, it sounds kind of crazy, but I kind of pride myself on not knowing much about the products. I know that they're great. I know that they make me feel really good and that I can tell when I don't take them. And I know some basic things, but you're never going to find me spewing facts and ingredients and stuff to people because one, I don't know them. And two, you don't have to know them. So if someone has a product question, I'll send them the PDF in our app or in the back office. I'll send a video or whatever it is, but they're not going to hear it from me. And one of the amazing things about them not hearing it from me is the fact that now they know, oh, I don't have to learn every ingredient in every product. I don't have to become a product expert to have success here. Okay, I'm modeling the system. So then we get them whatever information they need. See how simple this is leading up to this point. Then we see if it's the right fit. Are they wanting to be a business owner? Are they willing to have their auto ship on and just have that minimal investment? Are they willing to launch in the first 24 to 48 hours? This isn't a deal breaker, but to me, I always stress it. Are they willing to come to convention? If you guys have been to any Q events so far, you know that you know that you know how important they are. You have seen on our team that there has been a direct correlation with promotions immediately after coming to an event. Okay. Our Dallas event in September, like I wish I could just tell you everything. But I will tell you that for a lot of the things, you have to be there. Otherwise, you won't have access to some of the things. You have to be there in person. But so much is coming. So much that's going to make me even more proud of this company. I promise you, this convention, you are going to get some of the best business training you've ever had in this industry. And I promise you, you want your team there to learn that training. And that starts with you getting there first. They're not going to go if you don't go. So you have to go so that you're the leader. They will follow you. They will get there. Everyone's going to win. Buckle up. Numbers are going to quadruple. It's going to be wild. Mark my words. Okay. Then if it is the right fit, then we close them. We help them pick their products. We help them set up their auto ship. And then we get them plugged in. You get them plugged into the pages, into whatever chat you have. You set up their launch call. And then on the launch, then you set up their Fab Five, which I'll get to in a second. Then you just repeat this process. Okay. So after they're launched, now they are out there, they're piquing interest, they're inviting to calls, they're looking for their two people that they can rank up and they can get their fast start bonuses. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to see who is not muted. Okay. Maybe I fixed it. Okay. Next. Sorry. Okay, so as far as auto ships go, one thing that I learned in my last business is that I was desperate. I came off super desperate. I just wanted to sign all the people. It kind of didn't matter like their level of commitment. I just would sign them up. And the problem with that is it makes your business like a roller coaster. You want people who are as committed as you and who want this as bad as you do. So if you were to open like a brick and mortar shop, you would be spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars probably. Your overhead would be way higher than it is here. And you would not see a return of your investment probably for a little while, right? And so here, people seem to think that it's crazy. I mean, not you guys, but some people like, oh, I'm not going to set up an auto ship. It's like, are you treating this like a business? Like, is this a business to you? Because if it is, a minimum 100 PV auto ship of products you actually are going to use yourselves is nothing. So if someone is not willing to even do that, I don't think that they're the right fit, if I'm being totally honest. Okay. But when you do have an auto ship and it runs consistently, you earn rewards points on the products in your auto ship. And as you stay consistent, the amount goes up. You can always change the date of your auto ship. I always suggest the 1st through the 5th of the month because of weekly pay. You want to be qualified ASAP so that you can start getting a paycheck every single Friday. But you can always change the date. You can always swap out the products. But if you ever fully delete your auto ship, any rewards points that you have accumulated, they go away. Like they go deck down the toilet. You can't get them back. So just know that. Next, these are the goals. that I want you to think about. We're not going to talk about them right now, but I want you to like really think about what you want. What do you want? What paycheck do you want by next Friday? Where do you want to end this month? Where do you want to be going into convention? Because at convention, it's gonna double, triple, whatever. I don't even know. But these are the ranks after executive. And I know the numbers can look bigger, scary, or whatever. But I promise you, whatever you set your mind to, if your work ethic and your effort, it all matches your goals, you will get there. It's pretty foolproof. And I don't talk about this a lot, but I think it's really important to note that some of the timelines you have seen in this business, um, like me getting to Black Diamond in 6 months, that's not normal. That is not normal. And that is not something that you should compare your business journey with. Um, I think Kelly Allred even said that getting to silver in a normal circumstance is like a 2-year plan. Getting to gold can be like a 3-year plan. You're seeing people shoot through the ranks because of just the crazy momentum and all this stuff, but know and remember and don't compare that is not the norm. That is not like you're not failing if you don't get to gold in 2 months. I promise you, okay? We are here. I want you to have the long-term vision. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. If you are in this for the long haul and you stay consistent and you show up, you will get there. Like I promise you. If you look at that basic S curve in business, we have all of the momentum still in front of us. One of the things when I was talking to Kelsey about setting up this call was, she got busy and she had her daughter. So she's been like a newborn fog. But in our last company, she was there and saw what timing looked like firsthand. She saw some people who got in at the right time shoot to the top. And she came to me and she's like, Britt, I would be stupid if I didn't continue to run because I've seen this timing before and I have to capitalize on it. And Kelsey, I'm so proud of you because it's true. Like you either have this timing or you don't. And once you don't have it, you don't get it back. It's never going to come again in a company. It might come again in another company, but they're not going to have our comp plan. They're not going to have Jake Spencer. They're not going to have our mentors. So to capitalize on this right now, I swear it's what you want to do. Okay, so Fab Fives. If you guys did not have a Fab Five and you want to have a Fab Five, or you did have one and you want to have another one, let us know. Like message me, message another leader, message somebody, and we'll set it up for you. A Fab Five is a private opportunity call. It's where you can invite whoever you want. It doesn't have to be 5 people. It can be 50 people. I don't care. You can invite people, and that call is specific for you. And they're really special because the person leading the call, they get to edify you. So, for example, if I was to do another Fab Five for Kelsey, she would invite people to this call, and I would get to edify her and talk about how great of a leader she is. And then all of her people on that call would know, oh my gosh, she does work with Brittany. Like they do have like a real relationship. Like she does get the mentoring from her, and it brings validity to Kelsey. It brings validity to Kelsey and me just because they know that they have access to me. It's just all around a great call to have. If you have not had it, if you want to have another one, let us know. They're so smart, but don't use those scripts on the screen. I think those scripts are terrible. We can talk about scripts. I mean, I'm honestly not a huge script person. I just feel like you need to be genuine. If you were to invite to a Fab Five, let's say you joined a couple months ago, and you never had a Fab Five and you want to set one up with me. What you could do is message whoever and say, hey, Haley, okay, I don't know if you've seen any of my posts and stuff of what's going on, but I recently partnered with my friend in this company. It's a ground floor opportunity. The products are amazing. I have totally fallen in love with them, but it's the business that really is what really got me. I know how important timing is, and the timing here is unmatched, and the compensation plan is like mind blowing. It's the most generous I've ever seen. My friend Britt, who has shot to the top of this company, just in this last year. She's going to do a call for me on Wednesday at 8. If you're free, I'd love to send you the link to come hear from her. So simple. You say in a voice message, they get to hear you say their name. They get to hear the confidence and the excitement in your voice. And then you see if they're interested, if they'll come support you, and if not. And if they say no, it's okay because you're going to be on their radar. They're going to be watching you. It's not the end of the road. Okay. So here is a place to make your list. And if you guys don't know, this document, I'm actually going to be revamping it and making it more specific to our team. And I'll make sure you all know how to find it when it is available. But this document right here is in the welcome text that I send out. And if you don't have that welcome text, ask me for it, ask somebody for it. There's a link to it in here. And this is what I send to everybody. But work off of a list. Don't talk yourself out of anybody. Okay. If you do, someone else is going to message them and they're going to end up on someone else's team and you're going to kick yourself. And I can tell you from experience, even in Q, that has happened to me. I had someone in mind, I did not message them, and now they are in queue on somebody else's team kicking butt. So don't be like me. Message everybody, okay? Okay, as far as Facebook pages, we have access to so many resources and so many pages, and I don't add everybody to every page because I just feel like it would be a lot. So the non-negotiable one is the Q Sciences news page. That is where they communicate with us. They keep us updated. I am really grateful for their transparency on that page. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central, so 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Every Monday, they go live in that page with company updates, promo updates, shipping, like whatever is going on, they fill you in. So in my calendar, it's a standing appointment. I don't do calls at that time. I don't schedule anything else at that time because that call is really, really important to be on. So I would really encourage you to do that. And I would really, 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 are you listening? Really encourage you to be on it tomorrow if you're catching my drift. I wouldn't miss it if I were you. Okay. The next page is the movement, and that is Francesca and Tara's team page. So those are two of our uplines. There's some great training in that page. So if you want to be added to that one, let me know. My page is Q Collective. That page, I don't post a ton in there. I just use it as a resource. So if there is something that you need to know, I'll post it in there. Under the events tab in that page, I will always post calls. So opportunity calls, training calls. This week we have Ann Billings coming to talk to us about collagen and terpenes and all of the products that are coming out to just educate us on what's coming. And then Sarah Spencer is doing a training on tap reading this week. And so there's some great stuff. I'm doing an opportunity call tomorrow. So that is one thing that you guys can start inviting to now is to the opportunity call that I'm doing tomorrow night. This link at 8 p.m. Central. Okay, we have some product testimony pages. Brooke Lloyd, who is one of our uplines as well, she has a page called Legacy Collective. She does great team calls and trainings in there. So if you want it to be in all of them, you can be in all of them. Brandon Stevens has a page. Like there's just pages and pages. So whatever you want to be a part of, just let us know. We'll make sure that you're added. As far as leadership summits, Silver Summit, the next one is this month, so that one's too late. But the next one to work towards, I believe, is going to be in November. So all of you have time to work towards hitting silver by, I think it would be by the end of October since it's in November. And when you hit silver, you get to go out to Jake's personal family cabin in the mountains of Utah. It is beautiful. It's all expenses paid. They pay for your whole trip. It is incredible training. I promise you want to go to Silver Summit. I have been to almost all of them since I hit silver, and it has changed my business. I leave that cabin every single time with my head spinning, like leaving with something new that I need to work on and implement in my business. And then convention. You guys, convention, I know it could be a time sacrifice, it can be a financial sacrifice, but the tickets are only $149. It's all a tax write-off because it's all an investment in your business. $149. And it's September 2nd through the 4th in Dallas at the Dallas Sheraton. I already talked about it earlier. I promise you don't want to miss it. There's less than, I think there's probably like maybe 200 or less tickets left. When they're gone, they're gone. They've already like maximized as many as the room can hold. So there will not be more coming out. You do not want to be the ones kicking yourself for not being there. And if you really want to grow this business, I promise you, you really want to be there. And then FFM. I think you guys all know this as well, but when you join Q, you get access to free financial coaching. And it is so incredible. The FFM and Sarah Spencer has changed everything for us. I'm not a money person. It goes over my head. I don't understand it, like what to do with it, where to what I don't know. So now we're debt free. Now we have set up SEP IRAs. I don't even know what they are. I just know that it's smart. um, FFM is just so cool. And you guys, you don't have to have found an ambassador yet. You don't have to have sold any products. Being in Q gives you access to this financial coaching. So only if you want it, take advantage of it. One thing that's been happening is people are setting an appointment and then no showing. And that is so frustrating to them because they're booked out like months in advance right now because we're growing so fast. But there's nothing worse than a no show. So please do it, but only do it if you want to. Like if you're going to show up, if you're going to take it seriously, because otherwise that's just frustrating to them. So you can email them. It's ffm@qsciences.com. You can just say, hey, I would love to set up a meeting. And then before your meeting, they'll let you know everything that you need to prepare to bring to the meeting so that you can just start working on your goals. It's just the coolest thing ever. Okay, so you guys, this is the launch. Everyone needs to be run through those basic things. The bulk of what they need to come away from this call with is really understanding the system. They need to understand the very simple way that we get information out, how you add someone to a chat. Um, I know it's like seems like so basic. But when you teach people how to do that so simply, it becomes doable for them. It becomes way less scary. And so it's our job to make sure that everyone knows how to do it and to help them get into action. On a call like this, it's too big to get into action. But if you're on a smaller, like one-on-one or even very like basic, like 2 to 3 people launch goal setting call, you can help them get into action. You can help them practice their voice message because that's the other thing. We can teach all the things, but it's taking that first step and sending that first message that can really hold people back. So if you can help them send the first message, then they'll start to feel comfortable. And then once you practice, it just rolls off your tongue and you can say it to anybody, anywhere, anytime, and you feel so confident in it. So just make sure that if you can, you are practicing that stuff with them and just helping them get into action. So I'm going to end the recording.